Happy Mother's Day, one and all. Thank you all for being here today. It's a special Sunday. We're only going to do 1 hour today. So we're going to try to cram as much conversation as we can into that short period of time. We have a small panel to start with. Not sure it's going to grow a lot because obviously people are doing their Mother's Day stuff. So with that being said, let's say hi to each and every one of you, and then we'll say hi to our panelists, and then we will be underway. So we'll start with Max Relax, who is apparently scouting positions all around the theater. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. We've got Christian Delorme with a Canadian $4 super sticker with one of my favorite automobiles there. Appreciate that, my friend. Of course, we've got our friend Zach here, also known as Brightest Day, and the man of many channels now. So do check that out. We've got the ever lovely Apollomies here with Apollomies Minion. I'm glad to see you here, dear. I hope you're doing well. We have Dragon Master 360. Good to see you. Looks like Christine, the killer car, is here. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. We also have Judah Khan in the house saying hail to everybody. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Low Spec Linux Laptop is here hanging out with us as well. We've got the lovely Sherry here with us. Shellbach is dropping his phone. We've got Man Squatch out there, it looks like, and Chris Mead. What's going on, Chris Mead? Shrap 3D is in the house. We've got the Peter Vankman fan site with us. Good to see you. Looks like we also have Pops joining us this morning. Good to see you, my friend. Need to get with you at the near future after I get back from traveling, maybe to try and coordinate some time with your channel. We got Tina Bojan joining us today. I hope you enjoyed all of the Moon Knight shows that you got. You're not going to get a season 2. We'll talk about that. We'll get to that here in just a few moments. Looks like we have Tiny Metal Trees with us as well. We do have deleted scenes here. Good to see you, Stephen. Your Muslim uncle. Assalamu alaikum, my friend. I hope everything is going well for you. Peace be upon you. Wolverine Schnicht is here, as is Philip A. Demick. We also have the Wrench and the man that joined us last Sunday. Just another red shirt. Hail, Mr. Shirt. Let's see. Happy Mother's Day indeed. Your Muslim uncle, indeed. Punk Nova Trace is hanging out with us. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for the DM this morning. I thought that was a cool purchase that you made. I'm pretty stoked. It's going to be a lovely Mother's Day, in my opinion. We've got Jin Korea, yeah, here joining us this morning. And let's see. Well, that's it so far, but more people will join as we go. Thanks to the 50 of you in the chat that are here. Let's say hi to the panel real quick, and we'll jump right into stories. We'll start with the man that just popped in right below me, who's been through quite the ordeal the last few weeks. It's Story Man Jack. Hey, buddy.
I'm on location for my bird out home. So.
Yeah. How burned out is it still?
Well, that Surf Pro cleaned it, but it's still, pretty bad. The carpet's just black. It's got to get ripped out. And so we're looking at 3 weeks before the contractors can get to it, and another 2 to 3 weeks for it to get fixed.
Wow. But now it's not technically habitable though, is it?
No,
that's where everything is. Yeah.
I couldn't concentrate and do my work at the church where we were working out of. So because I have a laptop set up, I can move my stuff really quick. So
did you end up losing your nice new computer or no?
No. Okay. No, that got out of the house before I got my son up. So no,
Whoa!
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
My son was actually at work, so I had just woke up and the computer was running when the firefighters got here, but it was in a location that was kind of isolated away from the fire
location.
So they just shut it down, and because the fans weren't going, it was okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. Well, on that note, thanks for joining us. I do hope that your Mother's Day is wonderful. For whatever that you're able to celebrate, my friend. Is there anything you want to promote? Because we're not really going to do promotions on the way out.
Well, no. I've tried to write for the last 3 weeks, and I just can't focus. So I've been working on like kind of changing my logos and things, and I've got a few out there I'm trying to get comments on. So I just kind of not really rebranding, but just updating everything.
Yeah. You have to do that every once in a while. Hamdinger wants to know where Tom is. I hope he's sleeping. He was working pretty hard yesterday. They dropped the video 12 hours ago, so that's he's been working. Well, I just, like I said, I keep praying for you, and hope things happen quicker than they tell you it is. We've got, of course, Shellback TJC joining us, our turtle man. How's it going, my friend?
Greetings and good morning, one and all. I hope you have your steaming cup of Java or whatever you like to drink to get your mornings going. And even though she doesn't probably know what YouTube is, shout out to Mama Shelly. And 51 years ago, she hatched me. So thank you. Wow. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Maxwell. Wow. Okay, our chat's on fire this morning, but no, yeah. I mean, look, you have to be grateful to mom. Even if some people have difficulty with mom, so always do that, of course. And then we have just above Mr. Shellbach, we have the amazing Mockany Draws. How are you doing, Mock?
I'm doing well, thank you, everybody here, and happy Mother's Day to all. And for my own Mama Maki, happy Mother's Day and happy birthday, because she gets the blessed to have that on the same day. So
that's
shower her with double love. So.
That's incredible. Not to mention the fact that your birthday stream was yesterday.
It was amazing, and
you know what?
I'm still thinking about it. I'm still talking about it. I'm still watching it because it's just like so overwhelming. Plus, I'm gonna embarrass culture a little bit here because this is what I got for him when he came onto the stream yesterday.
Okay, all right. Well, let's throw it up here.
I don't have usually it brings more eyes when I bring art on, but I don't have any art for right now. But
okay,
hopefully this will be the next one.
Here we go.
It's copyright. It's copyright. So
it was awesome. Like I said, those little elements, those little details that you put together, whether it's in art or the way you built, everybody's intro last night, those special things people notice and they appreciate. So thank you once again, Mockany. That was very, very cool, brother.
And thank you everyone for stopping by. It was the best stream we ever had on this channel. And you're not kidding, I did choke up at the very end because I was just so overwhelmed by just the incredible support from so many people, and just
you had quite the show, Mock. I got to hang out with a little bit with Dimaj and I there. Of course, you had rotating people coming in, just celebrating you and your birthday, and of course your channel's on the verge of growth, so I'm looking forward to that, my friend. So, but real quick, we'll grab a couple more chats. We got another super from Christian Delorme for another Canadian $10. Thank you, my friend. Says greetings from Canada. Thank you very much for entertaining me every Sunday while I work. And when is Mother's Day? 9 months after Father's Day. There you go. There you go. Makes a lot of sense, right? Britt, we do appreciate that very much, Christian Delarme. We really do. You're helping me do what I plan to do with this all along, which is create something bigger, create culture. We've got Becky Browen hanging out with us this morning. Happy Mother's Day to you, dear. Dr. Dragon's rolled in the house. Keck44 is here as well. We've got Joker Voice telling us he's 17 away from 200 subs. If you're not subscribed to Joker Voice, check out his channel. It's fantastic. He's launching a limited series of Keep Talking t-shirts. I'm absolutely interested. I will look into getting one when I get back from traveling, which will be on Friday next week. So we will, just a little housekeeping. I know most of you know this, and I put it in the community tab, but we will not be having a 6-minute daily until Friday next week because I will be traveling, and they're impossible to pre-record. I've done it a few times. It doesn't work out well. And so, but you will get regular videos on my channel. So keep those notifications on. You will get 4 regular videos next week. And we've got some really good subjects to cover there.
And to be fair, we don't have the kind of talking speed that Culture does for a 6-minute daily. So there's no way you can be able to get us to do that.
I would have people do stand-ins. It'd be pretty funny. I would love that. We got LDG out there. Good to see you, Pickles. You got Sander Hammerslag hanging out with us as well. Let's see who else rolled in the chat. If I missed you, I didn't mean to. So yeah. All right. Well, let's get jumping, guys. We got subjects to get to. We got comments, and we are going to start with I was wrong. When I'm wrong, I will tell you I was.
Are you well, you'll be right about this. Becky says she wants to see you in Ohio.
Oh, Ohio, yeah, we've talked about it.
You'll be right about that.
We'll be out there. We will be out there. It's a conversation worth having. It's an opportunity worth showing up for. So I will be in Ohio at some point in the near future. So apparently the AP is being jerk faces. So I'm going to hide something on this page before I share that I was wrong. There we go. Boom. Boom. All right. That's not what I meant to do. Wrong thing. Sorry, folks. This is quality YouTube time right now.
Culture. May I say, a little bit of a out for you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you were wrong. You just weren't entirely correct.
No, I was wrong. I was wrong.
I would say you were only just a few, like.
I was off a little. I was off a little.
You're only a few million off. I mean,
I thought originally $172 million opening was likely what this film would get. On the top end, people were talking about a $200 million opening. Again, when I'm wrong, I admit I'm wrong. This thing has turned into the largest opening of this year. So Doctor Strange 2 conquers our biggest opening of 2022, although it still didn't even get close to Spider-Man. But basically, the multiverse of madness here in the U.S. and Canada rocked the domestic box office projected estimated of $185 million in ticket sales. So that's $100 million more than the original film made in 2016. It is ahead of The Batman, which had $134 million. And of course, last year they opened Spider-Man No Come Home to $260 million. So you can see there's significant disparity between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. But the second week drop off is going to be something I think that will be spectacular. And you guys are already there. We've got Joker Voice saying it here in the chat. We've got Rob Alta saying, but will it have legs? I don't think so. Hey, John Platt, good to see you.
I will say this. You were only wrong by a little bit, though.
Yeah.
I expected 200 million, and I overshot that a bit. So I basically overestimated. So
right.
You're not the only person wrong. So to be fair.
Yeah. Nothing was as good as Spider-Man No Come Home.
No.
Well, I think I've heard more jeers than cheers about Doctor Strange 2.
Right. And in comparison, this is, I think, is a better opening versus Shang-Chi and Black Widow.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to get a fan movement for all the crap they cut out of it.
They're going to have to.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how many cameos they shot and didn't use based on everybody's reporting. See, I'm not seeing the film, folks. Not going to do it. Not going to give them $1 a dime for this thing. My limited support of Disney will become more limited And I've said this, I still have some commitments to do some things that'll still happen, but when it comes to Disney, they're rapidly losing my support in many sectors of their business. So it is what it is. But look, did you guys expect this thing to do this well? Did you think it would do?
I was
worse?
I think when I said that no film is going to be able to reach the heights of No Way Home. There is just no way. So to speak. No film is going to have that reach those heights. So I knew it was going to do well because just on the back of it just having the MCU property on it, it will usually do well. And this is the first time I underestimated when it came to Shang-Chi. I underestimated, and I was definitely wrong. And I'll have to say that with this one, I overestimated, and I'm still wrong. It shows. It's interesting kind of where the phase 4 is right now, and will it set? Yeah, exactly. Release the Raimi cut. Will it set a precedent? I guess when it comes to Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, because I think the next film is Thor: Love and Thunder, right?
Yep.
So it'll be interesting if this film sets a precedent for as moving forward with Phase 4 in terms of box office. Will it start to dwindle, or will it just be like this slow decline, like a very slow?
I don't know,
like
Jack.
Steady but slow decline, or just it'll remain consistently.
So
Jack, go ahead.
It's just like everything else Disney touches. The comic book movies peaked with Endgame. It really did.
Right.
And they killed it after that. They literally did everything they do. Disney did everything they could to kill it. The best MCU movie we've had out in 2-3 years has been a Sony movie. I mean, it's just the good news is that they're losing so much money. Eventually, a lot of people are going to get let go.
Yeah, well, and believe me, you're not wrong. We're going to have a conversation around that. You can't lose $63 billion in market cap or market valuation
in a month.
Joker Voice makes a good comment.
Great point.
Mexican Iron Man 6, Script Doctor, and Chris Gore, who that was the first review I watched, was Chris Gore's. All said, this film is not good enough for normies to make repeat visits. It's going to be a 45-day experiment on Disney Plus, guaranteed.
I agree. And Joker Voice before that said the film has stiff competition in 21 days. It has to go up against Top Gun Maverick. And then 2 weeks after that's Jurassic World, which could hit pretty hard. So I think it's made the majority of its money. And look, here's the problem. So this is why I always say journalism is dead, because it says in total Doctor Strange 2 has already made $450 million. No, it's collected $450 million in box office receipts globally. It has not made that money because the revenue is split between the exhibitors and the studio. And of course, they're their own distributors, so they get to cut out that middleman. But all this other stuff, there's a lot of hands out that go after this money before they see $1 of profit. So this thing isn't even close to profitable yet. They have to make over $500 million to get to the profit margin area. Go ahead, Storyman.
Not to mention that Hollywood is notorious for this thing where they like to misconstrue box office receipts with money that they actually make so they can screw over people on the back end.
Right.
So this is just more of the same. They're just nobody really believes any of this stuff anymore, I don't think.
You said 500 million is what it needs to make its earning back.
Yeah.
Is it question, is this in this film is as of that now, this film won't be getting a release in China, correct?
I don't believe this is hitting China's box office.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think
there's going to be enough of a global push to get it over 500
Well,
million.
and it also has, I think, the widest release I've seen in a long time, 4,534 theaters.
Lee.
That's a lot. It's 30. It's got all the premium format screens, including IMAX and 3D. It's 36% of the overall box offices. The bigger, the bigger formats, the specialty formats. We'll have to see how this works out. Like you said, I was wrong. I said 172, then I backed it down to 168. It's supposedly going to hit 185, but it's still not the original projection for the film, which was over 200 million for open here in the States. And I don't know. We'll have to see. But look, we got another super chat rolling in here from Blue Eyed Roof Korean, the base for $5. Thank you for that, my friend. He says, because of Florida Bill, it brings the woke stance to the mind of the normie. They will look at films with that eye. Even normies say Marvel's end was Endgame. You're not wrong. I think you're 100% right. I mean, and again, they haven't been able to recreate that magic. I mean, how are you going to? You keep killing off characters that people like, replacing them with the
Joker Voice says, China, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Brunei, and other Arab nations have all banned this film. So no, it will not get its money back.
I have one more point to make.
Go ahead, please.
My father used to be a big investor in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
When Joe Biden got elected, he sold his Disney stock and bought oil.
Wow.
And made a killing. But
yeah.
He got a letter from some friends of his that are still Disney investors, and they're talking about consolidating and having everything investigated, all their finances.
Right.
Wow.
There's a big movement according to him. So,
well, they have two open investigations still that are real quiet right now, and of course, they've been carrying the water for the government for quite some time. So that doesn't surprise me. I do know this, and Nana P says the thing that I'm going to be paying attention to while I'm on the road on my phone if I have to. May 11th, Disney Q2 earnings car. No, it is coming. That's the only thing. That call that's the only thing that they will be able to promote positive, in my opinion, is this film's like open. That's it. They don't have a lot else that they're going to be able to lean on. I don't think they're going to be able. Oh, we lost Mock. I don't think they'll be able to portray their subscriber numbers positively for Disney Plus. They already did the shenanigans with Hulu to artificially increase their bundled subscriber thing in the last quarter. They haven't been, generating a ton of buzz with their shows. So it will be interesting. You can't lose $63 billion in over
like a month.
Yeah.
Like a month.
Well, it's been nuts. It's been insane.
Well, and the other thing is, go ahead. There's echo. So
you're good. Is it me or is it?
I don't know.
How is it now?
Let me see. Oh, that's better. That's better. Okay.
There you go. Sorry.
So they planned this release so that they could get the big 1 weekend opening just before the meeting, and then the drop off happens after the meeting.
I think they're going to have more of a fall, to be honest with you. We'll see. But Adam Ledgeway says, I'm missing Doctor Strange. I want to watch Jurassic World. Yeah, I do too. I mean, if I'm going to put money towards something, it's going to be Jurassic World and Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. I mean, it's easy for me to make these decisions now. I'll just put it that way. And Cavatino Cavalryman Che wishes Makini a very happy birthday. And congratulations to the men on this panel that were able to make babies, and hope you are paid respect to your mothers. Indeed, I already hugged my mama today.
Well, yesterday was also, I didn't say anything in the Sporkings chat because everybody else was doing it, but yesterday was my father's birthday as well.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, May is our mid-year Christmas. So my son's birthday is this month. My dad's birthday is this month. My mom's birthday is this month. My birthday's this month. And 3 of my stepkids' birthdays this month.
Good gravy.
So what you're saying is I share a birthday with 2 other people I know now.
That's amazing.
And we just we used to joke that we put the tree back up every May.
Yeah.
For Christmas. So
yeah, and Joker voice, I agree with you. I think everybody who's wanted to see this film has already seen it, and the legs are going to be out from under it after today.
Well, I will say this: my son is going to see it either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Yeah,
but I let him whatever. We don't pay for Disney anymore. He does. So
I guess that the big question on everybody's mind is how big is that second week drop going to be?
Yeah. What was the status of the whistleblower Disney accountant that blew the lid off ticket buying and also the gift card scandal where they were wow, my camera's lagging, where they were exchanging they were essentially ringing sales that didn't exist because they would hand out a gift card that was approved for amount of money and it didn't come out of revenue, but when it was used it came into revenue. There was a lot going on there that was brought to light. So you're gonna have some real problems. There is no doubt about it.
I'm interested, and I see and I know I bring up China again. It's like it seems that a lot of people are starting to kind of pull away from, wanting to put their stuff out in China or even wanting to change their stuff for that market, and it feels like Disney's the only one left.
Well, and again, I mean, Disney stuck to its gun with Doctor Strange, which means it doesn't get a Middle East release that's substantial. There are many countries that just aren't going to pick up the film, and they
also,
go ahead.
Also, you got to realize that a lot of people in China are still locked down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were showing footage just last week of people being locked down in their homes in Beijing.
Yeah, and they were screaming out from their apartments. There was that one shot of them screaming out of their apartments. You have a drone telling everybody.
And if people can't go to the movies, I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. And you know what, Victor, you make a good point here. This is why I'm saying I think the majority of people who wanted to see this film have seen it because Thursday, Friday combined, because Thursday previews is rolled in 90 million. Right. Saturday number 57.5. Today they're projecting 37.5. That's like massive, middle, small. And I think it runs down to maybe 31 million next Friday, maybe 32. And that's when we'll be able to quantify it. I think, and I'll be paying attention to Odin while I'm on the road because Odin definitely will be on top of this as well. Victor, you're right on top of it. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
So do you think if it's a big enough drop, they'll kick it out of a bunch of theaters?
Yeah, I mean, if you're an exhibitor, you don't need to have that premium format for that. They're under no pressure to do it. They don't have something else that's going to roll in next week that's going to be a big competitor, but there will be no incentive to keep the film this wide when Top Gun Maverick comes out. I guarantee you it will open equally or very similarly as wide. So we will have to see.
Monkey Jeebus makes a good comment. This weekend was busy for people, and more people will be free by next weekend. So,
yeah,
we'll see how big of the drop is, or if it will be a drop at all next week. So that might be a factor,
And John Platt brings it up because we were talking about it. $63 billion wiped off of the value of the stock, wiped out of the company. Right? It is a swift kick in the financial waivas. You can't say it isn't. But at the same time, I think it's worse than that. It's worse than that because you now have something tangible that shows you that even the people who support Disney think it's going the wrong way. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Bottom line is that even normies are starting to pick up on the fact that I don't care what political persuasion you are, these companies should not be involved in politics at all. I mean, they're entertainment companies. They should not be involved in politics at all, other than to do their fiduciary duty and support laws that help them make more money. This strange political weird stuff that they're doing, it's just unbelievable. They shouldn't be in politics.
Some people are still capable of ignoring it, and Monkey Jeebus makes a good point, and so does Tina here in a second. But it's funny because people get upset about politics and movies, and then it corrupts them from liking anything.
Exactly.
I think that's the other insidious problem with what's been happening in entertainment for the last 12 years, 7 years, more aggressively. I don't disagree with that, but Reed by nature is skeptical about it having as big a drop as some other films. I love that. Is that your ringtone? That was
that your
rad.
that was awesome.
That was Storyman's ringtone. That was cool. Yeah. Anyways, like I'm a bit skeptical about Strange having as big a drop as some other films. You can see it already from Saturday. Well, obviously the Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Friday numbers are going to be artificially higher, but the Saturday numbers, you already see it trending.
And Monkey Jeebus also makes a good point in that. Yeah, I think Top Gun Maverick will do well, but I don't think it will. Maybe it won't be enough to beat Strange though.
Yeah, and Tina's going to go back and see it again. She's taking the boys for next weekend, so we'll see. I mean, there isn't. A lot of people have said there's not a lot of rewatchability there. So
I've heard nothing like bad, like egregiously bad about it, other than just probably the disrespect towards a specific cameo character that everybody's been waiting for. But other than that, nothing really much else. Really, probably the best positive review I found was from surprisingly Bounding into Comics. So it's definitely I've heard it's been very divisive between.
Well, they said, go ahead. I'm sorry, Shellback. Go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't the reason that Doctor Strange 2 isn't being shown in several countries because of because there's a rainbow community character?
It's with America's Chavez's character, and it's basically a one-off. I think if I heard it was like a one-off line.
It was in there are elements in the film that are easily cut out, but they're quote unquote sticking to their guns in support of their certain employee desires, I think, and that's really hurting them. They are willing to implode over this stuff, which is just absolutely insane.
I think that this is going to be an interesting year for Disney as a whole. This is going to be an interesting year for Disney, and I think that the ramifications of them having this stance on the Florida bill and everything that's going on in Florida is probably going to hurt them a lot more than they think.
They're committing suicide.
Well,
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go far to like bankrupt or anything, but it is. It's definitely a blow.
Yeah, let's monitor how we describe that particular process.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that far. It's just
Nikki D makes a point, and congratulations. Nikki D says, nice. I guess this film would open around 185 million domestic. MCU brand is very strong. You're right.
Exactly.
Despite the awful writing and characterization, you were right. Like I said, I still, and I don't mind being wrong. I will take the L on that.
Absolutely.
But I go ahead.
But I guarantee you there's a much wider audience for Top Gun. Because my parents and their parents and my kids, my 18-year-old daughters, everybody wants to see Top Gun.
Yeah.
Only a few of them wanted to see Doctor Strange.
That's and I think, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and Top Gun Maverick will more than likely be seen in China because they went to the trouble of removing the Taiwan flag from the jacket, from the flight jacket.
Yeah, but that, to me, I get it, because you want your film to play wider. I mean, that's just,
that's a fiduciary thing.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't. I know a lot of people want to make more out of that than it is, but it's fine. I have a couple of member chats I want to not miss. First from that 70s rock fan. Great to see you, brother. For 14 months, been a gold member of the channel. Also been on the panel a few times. Appreciate that. Says, hail boss and wonderful panel and chat. Duck Fisney, may they crash and burn. Well, they're doing a pretty good job of that right now, 70s. And then, of course, we have one more from our good friend Joker Voice. Says, and Joker Voice has been around a while too, 6 months now. Says, cameos awful, intersectional politics bomb. Yeah. And that's the problem. I mean, really. One more super we've got. This is from Joker Voice again. Let's get to it, guys. Sorry. Scroll quickly. Let's see. For $10, says Feige should know better. He's the president of Marvel Comics. He knows America Chavez, Lady Thor, Miss Marvel, and Ironheart were failed comic runs. # keep talking.
for what I heard is like a lot of the best moments in Multiverse of Madness. That's all Raimi. Like
Yeah,
when the
Raimi's
moments when you have Sam Raimi doing his thing, that's when the film shines.
And you know what, that doesn't surprise me because he is gifted, especially the way he tells stories. So, but Joker Voice, thank you again for this $10 super chat. And if you're not subscribed to Joker Voice, let's get him past 200, please. Jump over there and give him a subscription either now or after the show. Open it up in another link and just give him or another tab and just give him some love. We got Master Sidearm saying, "Oh, stop it! The movie is good. The only naysayers are all the Phantom Menace influencers. Wow, who want to see Disney stumble no matter what? I don't really, but I mean, now I'm kind of feeling like that. Sometimes be happy with getting the film this enjoyable. Hey,
Agreed.
I don't want to yuck your yum. If you enjoyed the film, that's fantastic. I don't think that's ultimately the point. Whether or not I want to support something or not isn't it can be at odds with whether or not it's good or not, though.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I mean, Disney still produces good things. I mean,
absolutely.
I didn't know anything about Moon Knight, and my son conned me into watching the first episode, and it was okay. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that they're not a horrible company that have destroyed so many things, and I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Yeah. And Chris Neville's making a point in the chat too. I'm going to go through some stuff just real quick. We got Maisha Eugene hanging out with us. Good to see you. Punk Nova Trace has never seen the original Top Gun. Holy cow, check that out. Hey, there's Stunt Brat. What's going on? Hey, Culture. Just to pop in and send you Mother's Day hugs. No, thank you very much. Yes. Hug the moms out there, folks, and honor your wives if they produced offspring for you. Those are the people that we could not exist without. So say thanks. This is an important day. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Pops doesn't think your assessment of the MCU versus Top Gun is accurate there, Storyman. So I'll leave the two of you to discuss that in the future. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about the insufferable token Marvel Supergirl was? Sure. I just haven't seen the film, so I can't speak intelligently on all of the nuance associated with it. Let's see. We have. Oh, there it is. If Spider-Man's did cameos right, Doctor Strange 2 did cameos very, very wrong, and that's been what I've heard from people that I trust. So, to be fair. Jane Foster Thor was a better run than Miss Marvel and American Chavez. Yes, from what I heard, that's true. Mm-hmm. And there were consequences. See, this is the other problem. They've taken the stakes out of the MCU, out of the comic runs for some of these characters, that do meet their end, right? But there's no stakes when you watch an MCU thing. And the only people that get eliminated, well, I'm not even going to go into that, but there was a lot of death and destruction in this particular film. Just pay attention to who it's happening to. Dave G Sound is here. Greetings, my friend. Fizz Joe says, never forget, Disney reshot most of the film. Yeah, 70% reshoot, basically.
Sure. That's why we were joking about the Raimi cut, because that's going to happen.
It will. We'll have to see at the end of the day. I mean, a lot of people are going to argue about whether or not Top Gun performs well in the theaters. We can only find out in the future. That's true.
Now, let me address something real quick. I would be more than happy if Disney stopped doing what they were doing and just made good content.
Me too.
I would subscribe to everything they got. Yeah. I would love it. I would go back and watch all the old stuff. I'd watch new stuff, but they're not. They don't care. They want to push a message. That's the message they're going to push, and they're going to do everything they can to do it, including sinking their own ship.
And I'm just going to say this one more time because our good friend Thomas Gilkey is here. Great to see you, the Gilk man. Love you, man. Says I'm seeing Multiverse of Madness tomorrow, Tuesday, and I'm excited about it. Again,
Thomas,
don't let us yuck your yum, bro.
Exactly. Exactly. Thomas, Master Sidearms, and Monkey Jeeves all make good points.
Yeah, and being an extremist on either side makes you a nut job nose.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no. That's correct assessment.
I put a post out yesterday. We've lost the ability to disagree, debate heatedly, and then go have a dinner afterwards and joke around and have a good time with the stuff we do agree about.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole world isn't predicated on hating the person who disagrees with you.
Thomas, I have my phone receipt. You want me to hold it up? I did text you.
And by the way, Thomas, thank you for the kind words last night, man. That meant a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to say this. I got a couple more member chats. I don't want to miss these guys. Thank you so much for being members. You guys have no idea. I appreciate you all so very much. Small Time Republic has been a member for 15 months. Says Happy Mother's Day to all. Appreciate any time you get to spend with your loved ones. Indeed. Thank you, Small Time Republic, a member for 15 months at the gold level. A great person to hang out with. We also have your Muslim uncle who's been a member for 8 months. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Says MCU is a big FU to legacy fans. Yeah. I think that's the correct assessment as well, just because of the way things are done.
Hey, Culture, 20 minutes. Just heads up.
Oh my goodness, yeah,
we lighting the clock.
we used a lot of time, and for those of you who don't know, because this news broke, I think last night, we have a new Doctor Who.
Yep.
They have a new Doctor Who. I've only seen this person in the couple 3 episodes of this show that I watched before I couldn't stand it anymore. But new Doctor Who revealed: sex education star Nuktui Gatwa.
Really?
Nakuti Gatwa. Nakuti Gatwa, confirmed by BBC. I'm trying to get his name right. If I screwed that up, I'm very sorry. For those of you who would know better than me.
Yeah, that is him. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
he's a character in Grid Legends, Valentine Manzi. So I did not notice that. But yeah, he is from Sex Education. Yeah. So that's, you know what? I will say he has a lot of charisma.
He does.
A lot of charisma. So I think he'll be a good follow-up.
He over-delivers on the role that I got to observe in the Sex Education show. I've, like I said, only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of it. But he over-delivers in that show. And again, I can see him being a doctor. Again, it's not lost on me, where their focus was, but we'll keep going. So Gatwa takes over from Jodie Whittaker, who has played the iconic role since 2017 as the franchise drove right down into the ground.
Culture, you guys say it properly. The first female doctor played by Jodie Whittaker, who we lovingly call Dr. Karen.
Yeah. Oh, and according to Small Time Republic, it's pronounced Shooty.
Shooty. Okay.
Shooty Gatwa. Okay.
Shooty Gatwa. Okay.
All right. I feel better. All right.
I think he might do a really good job.
Oh yeah, he's a lot of charisma. So
I'm trying, folks. I really am. I just sometimes I can't get the pronunciations correct, and I see that I'm lagging on the screen. So anyway, I'll finish this up. The actor's departure was revealed in July 2021, and everybody rejoiced. There was widespread speculation ever since around who will be replacing her, with rumored names like It's a Sin stars Ollie Alexander. I heard that, and Lydia West, and even Michaela Cole. The BBC confirmed Gatwa's casting on Sunday afternoon, local time, just hours before taping of the BAFTA TV Awards, suggesting there could be some reference to Doctor Who during the ceremony. Gatwa is expected to be in attendance, according to a list of expected guests. So this is, obviously this already happened. I don't know anything that happened, but there he is. That's a pretty decent picture of him.
So my Doctor Who history goes back to birth. My mother watched Doctor Who, Dark Shadows, all that stuff. I grew up on it. And even though I knew it was lore breaking that they were going to use a woman, I gave her a chance. I really did. And I think she could have been a good Doctor Who if they had good writing. Because I tend to lean more on the writers than the actors for some of this stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
And
the question is, will he be good? I don't know. We'll see.
The main question is, and Rob Altus said this best, will the writing be better?
Yeah.
Because
you can have the best
he may be able to provide a solid performance, but if the writing doesn't back it up, it's going to be just as bad as Whittaker's run.
Yeah.
The writing has to back it up.
I find it strange, to be honest with you. I find it strange that anybody has doubts, because you have Russell T Davies that's coming back to this. You have it now being put together by Sony without like all of the levers that would be pulled by the BBC. So we'll have to see what ultimately this turns into.
And people still want to retcon Timeless Children.
Yes, that's the big problem.
Well, I imagine just ignoring it for the time being until there's a way to write yourself out of it. In some ways
they can't, and I think it'll come to a point where they can't. Like when you think about like Star Wars, and you think about like Lachey and such like that, like we can ignore Disney trilogy and just say it ends at Return of the Jedi and move straight to the EU or such.
Yeah. And
With
Chris
Doctor
Neville,
Who, you can't ignore the fact that the Timeless Children did that kind of permanent damage, that it has to be addressed at some point, and it can't be just brushed over.
Yeah, and Chris Neville does bring out things that, you know, you just said, and I think a lot of the fans echo. You have to figure out a way to get Timeless Children out of you know, everybody's face, because it was just absolutely the most destructive thing you could have done.
Because not having William Hartnell be the first Doctor, and just how they set this up with this whole with the Jadoon just like taking this black girl, killing her off and reincarnating and killing her, killing them off again and again and again. And that's how we kind of got the Doctors to
regeneration.
The Doctors is that needs to be addressed.
And of course,
so here's the thing. We have to have creators and writers being able to say no. I've been offered 2 jobs in the last 3 months writing short stories for publications. I asked them point blank, can I retain creative control? When they said no, I said, then there's no deal ever.
Right. Which makes sense. Yeah. Cause you don't want to lose that. Right. I mean, J.K. Rowling she didn't give up creative control, all that other kind of stuff. Now she got talked into some really bad decisions. I mean, just look at, you know, how quickly the, you know, Fantastic Beasts, you know, have gone downhill. But the Gilkman for $9.99 says only 2 things from the BBC that I love, which is Sherlock and The Musketeers, which has Peter Capaldi in it as Cardinal Richelieu. Not a Doctor Who fan at all, and never have been. You know what? Thank you again, Thomas, for the $9.99 super chat. You know, I enjoyed Doctor Who. There were certain runs of it I really appreciated and made sure I watched regular, you know, or caught up with. But there were runs that I wasn't invested in. There's some older Who that I just go, no. I mean, you know,
Doctor Who is different than any other science fiction franchise.
It's a different property.
Yeah, it's a different approach to storytelling. You know what I mean? It's not the same as any other science fiction franchise out there. I mean, even in ways you can compare Star Wars and Star Trek. You can compare, you know, I'm blanking, but there's a lot of different science fiction things out there that have that same thread. Doctor Who was always, to me, kind of still in science fiction, but kind of set aside as its own thing. That's how important it was for those of us who grew up with it. And I can't even imagine what people in the UK think about what's been going on.
And I agree with Victor Fontaine. As like, I don't have a horse in this race in regards to Doctor Who, so I'm just learning from you guys. But I do get the idea of how important, like, I think a good analogy is when they dropped the Obi-Wan trailer, it was going to be, I knew it was going to be like, this is going to be a game of what are they going to change more about the canon and such. And it's been like a race to see how much they can change A New Hope, the original trilogy, without actually changing the original trilogy. In Doctor Who's case, because that piece of history is so integral to everything about that show, it's important that Timeless Children to be retconned, because it did a lot of the damage was irreversible, because now in everyone's thoughts and everyone's mind and everyone's setup this is how it has been set. So
yeah, I like you said, I mean, whether or not you have a horse in the race, and you know, I highlighted some folks, including Victor Fontaine, you know, and obviously Thomas, which got us on this path where you aren't invested in this, but you were invested in the idea that these things are being, you know, reconstructed in a way, or deconstructed, if you prefer the term, to lead people down a different path. It's subversive in its its lack of creativity and its lack of good storytelling, and it's subversive because it pushes a particular ideology. But that's neither here nor there. I really appreciate everybody's ability to get along in the chat, whether they agree or not. You guys are incredible. I love all of you.
Well, that's an important point. Uche was talking about how excited he was for Obi-Wan, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch it. I don't trust him. And he's like, I get that. And I'm like, yeah, but I hope it's really good for your sake. That's the way we should be approaching this stuff. I mean, I'm going to give you my thoughts, and you can take them or leave them. But just from a creative standpoint, I don't understand how they think storytelling this way is any good at all. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I nobody does. I really do believe that. Nobody understands because nobody can write anymore. I mean, again, they kicked all the quality writers out of all of these writing rooms. Of course, we did get another member chat. I don't want to miss from Wolverine Schnicht. Member for 3 months. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Says Happy Mother's Day. Yes, Happy Mother's Day indeed. Now, we only have 10 minutes left. We want to get into one more subject. Doctor Who is going to be something that we have to look at as a wait and see. We got one more thing to get through. You guys want to get through the Musk thing?
Sure.
All right, let's take a look real quick. Elon Musk is officially taking over control of the company. I don't know that there's any way they can stop it. They are trying like all heck to do so. But this shared from the Daily Mail from just a few days ago, and I thought this was pretty good. Elon Musk to fire 1,000 Twitter staff, quintuple revenue. All right, quintuple's 5, right? And he's going to have 69 million people pay $3 a month. So it's going to be subscriber based. And you know who's going to pay that? Me.
And me.
And the reason being is I don't want advertisements. I don't, because they pollute they pollute the free speech environment, because you're beholden to advertisers who don't want conversations around what they might be trying to promote. They also don't appreciate any kind of criticism of the crap they're trying to sell. So, but anyway, what do you guys think? Elon's planning to fire 1,000 staffers at Twitter.
Before we begin, I'll say, big rest in peace to comic artist legend George Perez.
Yeah. I didn't really want to blow by that one, and it's a real shame. And I wasn't really invested in Crisis on Infinite Earths or the Wonder Woman run that he put together or any of that other stuff. But it was a big loss. So thank you for that, Mark.
Right. But in regards to this, it's really interesting to see it feels like the tides are turning. It feels like Twitter being kind of having the power and influence that it is to change things, such as big things that happen in the world and such like that. And it's interesting to see how regardless of what happens out of this, I am more glued to Twitter and just to see what's going to happen. I think a lot of people are, for better or worse. It's like watching a show, like watching a play that it's just going and going. You don't know what's going to happen next and how it's going to affect the world at large.
Yeah, and this was a tragic story. Like I said, pancreatic cancer is a beach. It will beat you. We lost from this. I think last year we lost, our man from Jeopardy, one of the most famous comedians of all time, Alex Trebek. To this. This is one of those that if you don't catch at the very, very beginning, survivability is really rough. Mm-hmm. Really rough. So cancer sucks. F cancer is the answer for all that. Always.
I just lost my uncle Thursday to it.
That's terrible, man. I'm so sorry. But hey, what's up, Fats? Twitter needed a Zaslav moment. I think that's what they're going to get. Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute. They're according to that article, they're going to turn Twitter into like a pay service. Kind
of, yes, half and half. I think you're still going to have people that are there for free, but I think you're going to have like the way you get your check mark essentially to be verified is you pay them $3 a month, which again,
that's really the only thing I'm upset about is because they're taking away my blue check mark insult. So,
oh well, if it's to get a blue check mark, then okay, whatever.
no, look, I'm looking at it like $3 a month. You know, it means I'm actually engaging with a real human being. It's
and
also
plus,
stop
I use Twitter to promote my channel. That's my primary, because nobody who watches my channel is even on Facebook. So, I mean, I use Twitter to promote my channel, and that's where most of my traffic comes from. So, being a paid service, it'll make it that much easier for people to say, oh, this is not just some spam coming through, this or a bot or somebody just saying stuff. It's a verified person who pays for his account.
Yeah. And, you know, I see your perspective here, Master Sidearms. I don't disagree. You know, losing people who are worth it stinks, and seeing those who pay $3 a month to survive to is still disappointing. I think those people are going to dry up and go away. I'm looking at this from this most likely could end up as the biggest net positive is that you're going to get rid of the bots. You're going to get rid of people who are influencers that, you know, that are trying to be influencers. You're going to get rid of people who parrot stuff, because they're going to they essentially won't be boosted. They won't be verified. Nobody's going to, you know, be able to trust what they say, but we'll have to see. We really will.
There's one thing I think is important to make of this is no matter what happens, no matter if it gets better or not for Twitter, still go out and support alt tech platforms.
Yeah.
In general. Stuff like
I'm on like 3 or 4.
Just still support that.
Well, and I'm, you know, and the other cool thing is I'm going to start really getting myself lined up with Linktree so that all my socials are in one place. And, you know, that way I can promote to the widest group of people and they can get to me easier. So we'll see. Hopefully when I get back from traveling, I'll be able to commit to putting some time into getting that done. But of course, I've been promoting the new channel, which is underway. I've been making content for it for the last little bit. But really, everybody uses Twitter as a way to promote. To be honest with you, I mean, whether it be YouTube, a friend's radio station like Tim Hayes is using it. It's just kind of the way it is.
But if the REEEEEE people that work at Twitter are the ones that are getting let go, then I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Well, I bet it will encompass a lot of those people, but I bet he's just cutting the fat most likely. Mm-hmm. I mean, because you got to give these people an opportunity to go, okay, you still have your job. Are you going to do it right or not? You know, I mean,
I don't believe it's going to be pay only your Muslim uncle. I just think that in order to get verified, you have to kick him a $3 a month model. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, I mean, if he takes it private and he's willing to remove the very extremes on both sides and to essentially, you know, remove anybody who's promoting the illegal stuff that sometimes sneaks into Twitter and they don't do anything about, you know, that might be worth it. I don't know that the idea of a verified account. I mean, I understand, Rob Altus. I don't agree just paying for a check mark. No, but you are essentially giving peace of mind to the fact that I'm actually engaged with another human being.
And not just that, lots and lots of places use your credit card and charge you $1 or $2 fee to verify your identity. Lots of places do. I deal with it I work in IT and we deal with it all the time.
Especially if interesting. I was at work, and at work they got the elevators. They have the news up and such, and they were talking about a lot of big tech platforms are looking to eliminate password requirements in the future. So,
well, we'll see where this lands. Again, this is another one of those wait and see moments, but at least we got a chance to talk about it. And we got to honor a comic creator who just recently passed yesterday, Mr. Perez. And man, we almost made it through everything. There was a couple more things I wanted to talk about, but we have to slide out. Yes. We have to. This is a good question. Thank you, Trinakios P, for bringing this up, because I believe he could and may and might, and I think maybe he wasn't kidding about turning Twitter headquarters into, you know. Maybe he wasn't.
As someone who works in San Francisco, I just find that hilarious.
What, he's going to turn Twitter headquarters into what?
A homeless shelter.
Oh, well, they could use it.
Yeah. And again, Twitter is just a way to rapidly either get information or distribute information, and get some kind of interactivity. It's excellent for promotion and for this purpose that Punk Nova Trace highlights. So yeah. So no, man,
all my friends are there.
Great. Yeah, I love it. I love that everybody comes here to talk and share their opinion. That's the whole point of this.
Appreciate you, Master Sidearm.
Yeah,
seriously.
But yeah, let's do this. We have to end. Unfortunately, we're going to run over just a few seconds, regardless, because I want everybody to just do a 20-second elevator goodbye. Thank you for hanging out with us this Sunday for Mother's Day. If you haven't, no matter what your relationship is with that person, at least thank them for being here, because you wouldn't be here without them. And whether they're with us anymore or not, just take those moments to think about them. And it's I know it's hard for some people, but moms are important. Honor your mother. Honor your father and mother. Mother and father, however you want to describe it. Those people got you where you are. And with that being said, Shellback, anything? You got 20 seconds. Yay, nay, good, go.
Yeah, just please check out my YouTube channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. I'm less than 20 away from 500. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. And you deserve that 500 and more, my friend. And of course, Mock and he draws is right below me. Had a wonderful birthday stream yesterday. Mock, 20-second elevator.
You guys are incredible. If you have not seen last night's stream, please do so. Please subscribe. We're so close to 900. And to my mother, who brought this, who helped me embrace my creative side, thank you and happy birthday as well.
Indeed. And thank you for that, Mock, and happy birthday to your mom, and happy Mother's Day to your mom. And
Mama Maki.
That's right. And Storyman Jack, 20 seconds.
So the first story that I'm going to do when I come back is called The Actor, and it's going to be 3 stories in one, the 3 theories of how the Rush shooting went down from a story perspective. So complete accident, sabotage, and Alec Baldwin's crazy person. But all the characters are named the actor, the producer. So there's no names in it. So I can get kind of an unbiased view.
That's awesome.
That way all 3 theories are there.
Right.
In that one story, and then people can investigate it. It's just a conversation piece.
I can't wait. And on that note, I want to say, yes, I will return to the airwaves on the Throwdown Thursday on Comics Division's channel that evening. So you'll see me back there. I will be traveling. You will see 4 videos, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Mr. Grant Gregory's putting those together right now. So those are going to get out there. So thank you for that. And, this year does hold more meaning for people if they have lost a family member.
Shout out to 32 Flares and Nick Weisers, because he is 32K from 32 subs away from.
I think he made it. Didn't he make it?
Let me see. Let me double check.
I think he made it.
And thank you for watching, for all those mothers that are actually in watching us currently.
We appreciate you so much. You guys don't even know.
I'm checking real quick. Yes, he did. So if you want to give Nick some love, and you're not subscribed, or if you are subscribed, go over there, make sure you're still subscribed to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiger. Watch one of his videos and give him some love this week, because he deserves it. So congratulations to him, and to everyone else. Have a wonderful Mother's Day, everybody. I will see you very soon. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene.
Wash your shell.
Until next time, bye.
All right. Toxic Man Flu says, Gary has an awesome story of hope and success. I never would have made it through the last 2 years without Gary, Comics Division, Culture Casino, and many others in the fellowship. Thank you all. Right on.
I like how they're using the word fellowship. I tell people to stop using the word community.
The fellowship.
Stop. It's that commie language.
Yeah.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yes.